Welcome to the History Hunter. Welcome to our small adventures with the World War II time frame. History Hunter here.
Eagle eyes, eagle eyes.
And Eagle Eyes.
Hello.
We want to take you on a little walkabout today because we are in one of the largest former German World War II and post-war military cities there ever was. And a lot of the features from the Second World War are still here to see today. But as you can see around us, there are just zillions of barracks. And that is because, as I said, there were tens of thousands of soldiers living right here. This city was very important for the German here, and even Hitler had his own train coming up and down to this area. But today, it's a thriving community with modern people. But in between, there are some very, very special features. And we thought we'd just share some of them with you. And just next to me here, there's a couple of blasted features which are so special that you really have to see them to believe them. So what on earth is that? Well, these are remnants of something very special. These are a protective measure for all the soldiers that actually lived in these barracks that you see everywhere around here. But you imagine thousands of soldiers and suddenly there's a bomb raid. Well, you need something to protect your crews, and that, what you see there, is actually the remnants of that. But you cannot actually understand right away what that is by seeing that thing. So we're gonna show you another one. There. What on earth is that? Well, the sun is really kind of blocking our view here, but is that a concrete rocket? What is going on? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out. But this is a very special structure which was blown up by the Red Army when they came. And today, some of them are blown up, others are actually fully intact. And we're going to show you both. So what you have here is a system, almost system of insanity. But what you have here, you have a barrack here, next to us here, and you have these very peculiar features laying around in the terrain, and one of them is right there. I'm gonna climb up and let's see if we can put some light on these very special features. When you come up here, you start to see that this is more than random. This is something very special which you don't find too often. And I'm wondering, have you guessed it? So we have a half circle. Most of the foundation which is under here belong to that half circle. And then when you come to the side here, you see even more massive concrete. And you can see this thing just laying here. What is it? Well, there's another one over there which I think I could capture a little bit better. So let's head on over to that little hill. Again, you can see these enormous barracks. They've been modernized and all of that. And suddenly there's a playground. And there is something going on in this hill as well. So we have to figure out more of what are they and why are they there. So suddenly, this is almost surreal. What is that? Is that a concrete missile? And I'm even gonna go over and touch it so you can see that it's real. It's here. The other one that we was on is there. And let me take you over here. I'm gonna show it from the side here. Eagle Eye wants to climb it. Guess he won't be able to get up there. And tons of rubble here. Heavy duty rubble. Looks like there was even some kind of feature here. See that? It's a valve, ventilation valve. Did you get it? You got it? So another square with even more barracks and cars. But here you can see more of one of them right there. And this time I think you can try and start to figure out what is going on, huh? So we have more massive concrete laying there in a pile. And you can see it really does look like a concrete spaceship, doesn't it? These structures are all over this massive former German World War II here camp or city. It's actually called a city. It's actually also called the Forbidden City, because once upon a time there were 60,000 Soviet troops here, and it was forbidden, off limit from anybody except from the Soviets. But why and what are these things, huh? As you can see, there are pieces of this structure everywhere. And it's kind of been created a mound of concrete pieces. But again, what is that thing? Something going on top here. Heavy duty concrete. See, there's a circular piece there. Boom, was blasted by the Soviets when they came. And you can see again, you have a circle right there. And you have more of the concrete just standing right there. Even more here. Most obviously, this thing was blown away, blown to pieces in the middle of this former barrack city. But again, the question is, I'm taunting you here. I know you want to see and figure out what this is, but guess what? I have a surprise for you. You want to see it? Come on, let's go. Eagle Eyes says, wow, and so do I. Do you want to see it?
It's too high for me.
What on earth is that? Well, that's a very, very sophisticated but simple Luftschutz. It's an air raid shelter. And that is totally spectacular. And I think you've probably never seen that before, have you? I have, Eagle Eyes has not, and he's very excited because this is what it's all about, to go out and find very special history like this and share with you. It's kind of green colored on the top. I don't know why, maybe it blends in a little bit better. And it's basically just a massive piece of concrete, but it's very, very efficient feature. And that is, when it's like this, there's a bomb coming from above, guess what? It's not that easy to hit that thing. And the Luftshelter is kind of, there's a base, and you can see that. You see that base is here, and then from here and upwards, that is where the crew or people can go inside. So even if a bomb exploded on here, deflected, come down and exploded here, the people inside would be from this level and upwards. Is that spectacular or what? Let's take a closer look, and we're going to show you more of these as well. These are very prone to catch the lightning. So you can see each and every one of them has this lightning rod device thing. This is where you would enter. And why are there these shelters here? Well, this is because it used to be a massive German World War II camp. And with thousands of people around, soldiers, they would need somewhere to be safe if there was an air raid. And that is exactly where they entered that very, very special Luftschutz. Eagle Eye is going to demonstrate Also, he's going to check if it's open. It's probably not open. But there you go. This is a typical result of innovative thinking of the Third Reich, and they needed to protect their soldiers. And this was first made as an experimental version in the 30s, and then they completed the different kind of editions. And this opening goes a bit higher up than the first one. You see that, Eagle Eyes? This is higher up than the first entrance, huh? And you don't have to check it. And you can see there are pressure valves or valves, ventilations everywhere. And you can see here that it is just basically circular. And it goes pretty much 1.5 meters further down into the ground as well. And up there, as far as I can see, there's a couple of ventilations, and you most definitely will need to have that, because you are kind of depending on having some oxygen when you're in there. So I have to say, all in all, what a spectacular way of building a Luftschutz. These are in several sizes and dimensions, and we spotted one which is almost been torn down. Almost half of it is visible, so we're going to have a peek at that. So let's go over there. I think this is the only one which is kind of still standing, which hasn't collapsed completely, so you can see the interior on the side here. At least that's what it looks like. I want to say a massive thank you to all of you watching, subscribing, commenting. If you want to watch the videos in full without skipping, you're going to help us out tremendously, because each and every second of the videos goes into the YouTube algorithm. If you skip, you don't help us out much. So thank you for being here for us. And if you want to really help us out, we have this little super thanks feature here. That's your way to help us to put some gasoline into the fuel tank, go out and show you incredible things like this, which I think you've never seen before. It's pretty cool that this thing was here, so we can actually study it a little bit better. This is the same as the others, but it got something on the side there, and it has been blasted. But it's cool to see maybe a little bit on the inside here what kind of dimensions you're talking about. It is actually pretty big. It's a circular thing. Let's go on the inside of this. Okay, it's rather big, because see the circle starts here, goes over here, 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 here. And I wonder whether that is the top of it. I think that could have just boomed, rammed itself in there by the blast. I think that is very much a part of the top end of this thing. And it's just a protection piece on the top as a roof. Someone did something there. Wow. All of this used to be old barracks, like the storage barrages, which you can see there, which has been restored. And the old barracks that we just visited, they are just there, and they're going to be torn down as well. So that's a part of the old camp. And then you have newer residents being built there. They are rehabilitating those, and it just goes on forever. Before I continue, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you who watch, subscribe, comment. It's so greatly appreciated. To all our Patreon team members, thank you for letting us have the opportunity to be out there and stay out there. But before I left, I promised that some of you who donated to the Super Thank thing, especially for this event or this journey, I wanted you to be historical. So you are now. I want to say thank you to all of you on this piece of paper here. You are the guys and girls who made it possible for us to go out on this journey to the Eastern Front. And you are actually now historical. Or what? What do you say, Eagle Eyes?
Yeah, they are historical.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So much.
Thank you so much for letting us have the opportunity to go out there. You know who you are on the list, and we thank you. Thank you for being so kind. And you actually also enable us to go out and be out here on the Eastern Front and find history and share history in a very special way. And that is exactly what we're doing. Here's another example of the old German here, barracks. Inside here was a casino, officer mess hall. Is completely bricked off with so much plank and stuff. So I'm guessing you're not going to get in there easily, but they are beautiful buildings, and all these officers lived there and came to eat and play some games, but it's incredible to see how derelict and destroyed they actually are. Wow, that's another one of the Schutzturm. There are more than 400 buildings in this area that once was a German air camp. Then the Red Army, Soviets of the communism were here. And I think there's a total of 30 bunkers, which are actually fully buried, that people even don't know where are. So what a crazy place. This one seems to be the one which is furthest away from everything, and perhaps even is less seen than the others. Yeah, they do have this lightning rod on the top there. Let's see if I can get you in there. This zoom is very, very, very slow. Can you see that up there? There's that tiny little pointer, and I think that's rightfully very important, because there is forest everywhere, and trees will get the lightning entering them, but this one will for sure. So now I have walked quite a distance to try and find one of the last ones that we didn't know of, but a elderly gentleman tipped us about how that is here. So I think we are going to be pretty lucky, because it is right there. And that is one spectacular piece of German engineering. And I have to say, I'm very glad that I had the chance to find these and share them and show them to you, because this is not something you see every day. It's absolutely not something you see every day. This one is completely encircled with a fence, and I really couldn't tell you why. Could it be open? I haven't got a clue. I'm gonna take a couple of photos and then we'll go a little walk around it. This one seems like someone tried to do a little damage on it on the side there. Can you see that? Definitely looks like someone tried to damage it. Yeah, there's a couple of huge damages. One there and one there. Let's go around it and see if there are any openings or anything. I wonder if this thing is protected, because this is the one that we've seen which is most kind of out there in the wild. And it does look like it is mainly untouched. I think that could be the entrance area and someone tried to get in. I'm gonna go all the way around this, check it out. No, it's most definitely 100% sealed off. And I guess there's just concrete inside, nothing else. But I see that someone is leading plants to grow up next to it and climb up there. So I'm guessing one of these weird German art exhibitions again. They do so strange things here. So I'm guessing that's what they're doing there.
There you go. One of the strangest bunkers that the Germans ever built. They started to create these as tests in 1934. The biggest one could contain 600 people in 9 levels, and they made around 200 in total. And where we were at, there were about 19 of them placed in between the barracks. And I have to say, they are very fascinating because it's very, very special design, and it's so rare to see. Only a couple of them got some kind of damage during the Second World War, and most of them are demolished now, but you can still find them, as you saw, and I'm very happy that we did. Again, help us out, watch the videos in full. Other than that, I just have to say, this Eastern Front road trip is going to bring a ton of very special material for you to enjoy. This is one of the special kind of features that we wanted you to have a little look into, and there will be tons more. There will be all kinds of different camps that we went to, also some secrets found in the ground, some projects in the fields, and well, just a few surprises here and there. And it's thanks to your kind support that we can do that. So thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you for taking time to watch and comment. Absolutely appreciate it. And if you give us a thumbs up and you subscribe, that's even better. But now I'm going to create another little story for you. So in the meantime, stay safe, keep smiling, and we'll definitely see you out there.